Some of our friends have had some bad experiences with their RTMs in the past, so we were worried about the quality of the house.
I was apprehensive at the distance it was between their builders and where we lived, not being able to see what they were doing. I wanted to be able to keep control of everything because that's how I am, and it was awesome because I always got emails, calls, texts letting us know the progress. I got pictures every time something changed. It made me feel more comfortable with our experience. We found it easy. We love the 2-day package. You go, you pick everything out in 2 days. If you need to change something, you change it. They send you home with all the options you picked. But for our lifestyle, having 3 kids under 5, I don't have time every day to be sitting down picking stuff out. We took 2 days out of our life, picked everything out. I took my wish list with me, they fulfilled it. I kept in contact with our architect, our cupboard people, everything, and they all answered all my questions all the time. Easy to deal with.
The electricians, the plumbers, everybody was very helpful.
They weren't afraid to give us their personal number. They were always on call. It wasn't you didn't get a hold of somebody else who got a hold of somebody else who'd maybe get back to you. I had a direct line to whoever I needed to talk to. I called them directly, dealt with the problem, was done. Not saying there was a lot of problems, but if I had an issue or a question, I'd just call them. It was us. All of the things we liked, we put into our house. That's my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, it was very custom to what we wanted.
Customized, so, yeah.
From changing the banisters to how we wanted them, to the bonus room, to...
That's, yeah. I like how it customized to us. And the openness of it. How they got what we wanted and made it how we wanted it. Because we didn't have a specific plan of theirs that we liked. We did our own. We took it and said, this is exactly what we want, this is what you have, let's make it work, and they did. And that's what was important to us, is because every time we went somewhere else, we said what we wanted, and they said for our budget, that wasn't gonna happen. When we went to Jadah, I said, this is what I want, this is what I wanna spend, let's make this happen, and they did. And I appreciated that.
We wanted an open concept with our kitchen, living room, dining area, just kind of open. And we liked having the bonus room up there, the mud room with the kids' lockers, touch the garage.
I specifically wanted something a little different. I wanted a china cabinet. I wanted it built in. They took my ideas and built it exactly how I wanted. I wanted a 2-tiered large island. They usually don't do them quite as big as we had got. She sat down with me, we did the dimensions, she emailed back and forth showing me different pictures, concepts, ideas of where my drawers would be. It became exactly my dream island because of it. I gave like 4 different pictures of what the fireplace, what I wanted to amalgamate into one, and they actually made it happen, which was awesome. Because I kind of knew what I wanted, and we had to talk about it a lot, and then it became exactly what I had wanted.
As you said earlier, the 2-day process of picking out the details of the house, that made it a lot easier than having to think about it over months and months.
A huge benefit is the time with the quality. You don't wait forever. They have their specific amount of weeks it says to take to get it done. It's done, unless a major problem occurs, which didn't with us. We had it when it was ready, and the quality was there. And that's what we were looking for in an RTM. Another huge thing is, yeah, the communication. That's a benefit for me. I need to be able to know where it's at, you know, when can we come see it? Do you need us to do anything? You know, James was always on top of emailing me, letting me know, and I appreciated that a lot.
And his phone was always, we always had his number, we could call him anytime, so.
Yeah, he was never off.
Many people who we know who had built houses in the past had told us what a nightmare it was and how it was so stressful and everything, and after we completed the process, we thought it was easy. Like, we didn't have any issues and everything seemed to go smoothly.
Which was a huge plus. Yeah, we just overall, the whole experience for us was great. We have a young family. Obviously building a home seems to be very stressful to everyone else we talk to. That was one of the issues why we maybe didn't want to do it. Then we did our process, the 2-day process with James. After that, it was a breeze. It wasn't stressful for us at all. It was everything we wanted. It was on the timeline. It was in our budget. You know, like, we highly recommend it to anyone, and will for many years to come.
It's difficult to finance an RTM. Most banks, if not all banks, wouldn't release any money until the house is on site. But of course, the house isn't going to get built with no money. So we ended up going through a credit union in Yorkton, and they had a specific RTM program, which made it really easy. Without them, we might not have been able to do it. Not any bad surprises. When the house arrived, we had the turnkey, so they still had to build the garage on site, and the carpenters showed up. They had that garage built in no time at all, quicker than I've seen like on-site builds take, and it was framed good and good quality. I was surprised by how quick everything went after the house arrived.
And how when they say they're coming out to finish something, they come out and they finish it. They're not leaving all the time and coming back, as most contractors do to keep everyone happy. They had a job, they came out here, they did their job. Actually, they did more than their job. They went above and beyond for us, and that's what we really appreciated, because we were in a situation where we had to get out of our previous home early. We were all living in a camper, all 5 of us, and they took this into consideration and worked extra hours and put in their own time, which we really appreciated, because we know they're away from their families too. Yeah, they put in long hours. The electricians, plumbers, and the carpenters they stayed late into the night, put in long days. And came early. And they installed our appliances for us. They definitely went above and beyond. We're always in contact with James. He's making sure everything that we got is what we wanted and that we're satisfied. He just keeps in contact, and if he's down in this area, he stops in just to take a look and make sure that everything was done up to our standards. If I still have a question about something, he still answers it. Even though we're done with the whole process, it doesn't mean that he's done with us. And that's what I appreciate. If I have a question about something, I still can feel very comfortable calling him any time of any day to ask him, and he's more than happy to answer my questions.